Like to party a little bit on the weekends? Think that you're a good driver when you've got a buzz? Well, listen up. What I'm going to tell you might help you stay out of trouble. Okay, everybody, here's the fact of the matter. A lot of people have been arrested for DUI when they haven't been over the legal limit and they haven't been impaired by alcohol to the extent that their reflexes were dull, or the legal definition, which is normal faculties being impaired. All right? The best practice, of course, is to not drive even if you've had one drink. But everybody knows that's no fun. If that were our law, then we wouldn't have parking lots in front of bars. It's just not the way that people really function. People do frown on having a drink and driving, but pretty much everybody does it, unless if you've got strong feelings against the use of alcohol consumption. With that in mind, if you're going to have a drink socially and you're going to drive and you're not impaired, I want you to think about a few things that can help you avoid getting arrested for DUI. Because remember, even though you can beat the DUI, doesn't mean that you're not going to suffer an amazing amount of hardship, headache, and aggravation if you are arrested. Not to mention the social stigma of having that arrest on the Broward County or the West Palm Beach County clerk's docket. All right? So, avoiding arrest with DUI, come with me. First thing, that's the guy we're trying to keep away from. That's the guy we're trying to stay away from. That's the guy we don't want to be pulled over and have to explain ourselves, even if there's the smell of alcohol on our breath and it's only from one drink. Remember, there's a lot of officers out there that would love to be on DUI task force or see it as some sort of badge of honor anytime they make an arrest. And officers love to show their proficiency in arresting people for rather complex crimes, meaning that they have to follow strict rules when it comes to evidence gathering, kind of like the O.J. Simpson investigation, kind of like every DUI investigation. They're very technical. That's why we have DUI task forces in Broward County and in Palm Beach County. They're task force officers that are trained to collect evidence in such a manner that defense attorneys like me, or I should say our DUI defense lawyer, William Dorenzo, can't pick apart. DUI task officers are trained to gather evidence in such a manner so that criminal defense attorneys that are proficient in defending against DUI can't tear their cases apart, can't tear the prosecutor's case apart because of the way that their officers gathered evidence. So we have DUI task forces in both counties. So the first thing, before you get behind the wheel, make sure your tags are up to date. Make sure everything with your car is working and in safe order. But of course your tags, a board officer running tags is going to see that on a Friday night that your tags are expired. They're going to pull you over, and one thing is going to lead to another, and that traffic stop is going to turn into a DUI investigation if you've had a drink and the officer's in the mood. Window tint. Come on, guys. If you're drinking and driving, if you've had one drink and you're driving and your tint's too dark, you can be asking for trouble. These are reasons free of charge for an officer to pull you over and run a window tint check to cite you, when in reality, they want to know if you're impaired. And they want to know what's in the vehicle. And they want to know who you've got in the vehicle. They're bored. They want to show their proficiency. They want to make an arrest. Don't drive on heavily populated roads. Make sure that all exterior illumination devices are working on your car. And this includes the center license plate tail lamp. Here, that looks good. This one doesn't. Who knows if that brake light works? The statute calls for 2 brake lights. Modern cars have 3. One in the centers of no consequence. But the problem that you're going to have is an officer is going to pull you over anyway, and you're going to have to explain to him why it's burnout. You're going to have to explain to him why you can't find your proof of insurance, or more importantly, why you have the smell of an alcoholic beverage on your breath, if you've had one. A lot of defense attorneys, a lot of experts, a lot of people will tell you, hey, alcohol has no actual scent. So police officers aren't supposed to be able to smell it. Baloney. People can smell when you've got alcohol on your breath. Everybody knows it. Everyone. So be careful out there and make sure that your car is in full working order. Look at the tint on this car. That's not going to fly. This Audi is screaming to get pulled over. Sleeping it off. I've written so many articles on sleeping off the effects of alcohol after driving and how this is still dominion and control of a vehicle, no matter where you are, on the hood. Here we have a camper in a park with 2 occupants in the back. I have no idea whether or not they've been drinking or have consumed illicit substances, but I can tell you this. They're in a better situation because they're in a camper and they're in a park. At some point, an officer is going to use a level of discretion not to make an arrest for having dominion and control over a vehicle as not to completely overreach. But if you're in your Mercedes SL on the side of I-95, sleeping off the effects of alcohol, you're going to get a wellness check from a police officer. That's going to lead to a DUI investigation, and then you're going to spend the night in jail. My name's William Moore, and I hope what I've told you will help you stay out of trouble and avoid a DUI arrest.